People are not gonna, they're gonna think you're like homophobic.
I'm not at all. My boyfriend's gay.
Your boyfriend's gay?
Yeah. Secret. Sean Ray. It doesn't count because he's black. You're white. It's like you can't give me what they cannot give me. He's black. It's not about this. No. No.
It's just about talking.
That and he swallowed. Coach Greg, in today's video, the Tren twins, they go natty. They literally decided to stop blasting performance-enhancing drugs. They're going to come off. Now, I don't want to clickbait the video for too long, and so it's only going to be for 3 months. But they're actually going to come off. And so they've been blasting for a hell of a long time, and it's time to take a break. Now, they're going to lose significant amounts of muscle. They do, in fact, know this, but they're going to do this to get their bodies healthy so that they can blast longer and harder than last time in order to achieve their IPB Pro cards. And so, will they be able to get it next year? I mean, first, it started with Sam Sulik. We then had Will Tennyson, followed by Larry Wheels. And most recently, as in 2 days ago, Eric Janicki.
Quick come off steroids, but we got to get our pro card.
Like, I'm genuinely tweaking, bro.
And so he's clearly tweaking from being on the Blue Lobster. He had way too many scoops. Remember, this shit is stronger than last time. I strongly suggest you start with 1 scoop, work your way up to 2, and if you're a crazy person, you're local, 3 full-ass scoops.
I don't give a fuck. We're not bringing that energy into here right now.
And so, trust me, go easy on the pre-workout, or you're going to be tweaking.
This summer, after we're done traveling, because we got a lot of traveling coming up, we're going to come off till September, right? Because we need that break. We need to get our androgens back, right? And we'll just we'll be in a bulking phase until the Olympia is over.
I disagree with this. And so what's going to happen is throughout the summer, they're going to be off steroids. They're going to lose some muscle, perhaps let's call it about 10 pounds. Then following this, they're going to bulk through to the Olympia. And so why do that? Because if you go on a bulk, you're then going to have to go on a cut. And how did it work out for Mike Isertel? If you bulk too much, you have increased fat cells, which can stretch the skin. You have more skin cells, more skin. And then when you get older, well, you know you might need an operation. And so is it actually worth it to bulk up to this extent? No, it's not like they're 5 or 6% body fat. They don't need to bulk. They're at a healthy body fat percentage. Let's call it 12 to 14%. They can then maintain and then go on a cut. Why not do that? How is that a bad idea?
No,
Coach each other.
What I need to do right now is get as lean as possible.
And so Mikey's saying, no, I got to start getting as lean as possible. It's too early. And so here's the problem. I figured it out. People think that you either need to go on a bulk or go on a cut. Should I bulk or should I cut? There's a middle option that's best for most people. Unless you're overweight, you should go on a cut. If you're underweight, you should go on a bulk. But for everyone else, you should maintain. You just eat. You have balance. You don't spit out your food as we saw in the previous video.
You could just like chew up and spit it out like I did.
And so apparently the Tren twins, they spit, they don't swallow. What did he say?
Dude, that's what, right now we go natty, we run T3, T4, clen.
No. T4 and Clen. Why would we do that? Those are drugs that will increase your metabolism. You're going to burn more calories, but you know what's easier than burning off calories by speeding your metabolism? You just don't eat the food in the first place. I mean, has anyone thought of that? Calories in, calories out. Let's call it a 2,500 calorie diet. If you add in T3 or T4, you might be able to eat 2,700 calories. But why not just not have the T3 and T4, which is obviously not healthy. It's not prescribed by your doctor. You don't need this. And just continue to eat at maintenance. Main game. Rather than, oh, I'm going to now add in some special drugs to boost my metabolism, when all you have to do is eat less. And so, yeah, you can take retatrutide, trizipatide, Ozempic. You can add in Coach Greg's GLP Max. Not everyone wants to inject and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on drugs that decrease your appetite. Now, do they work? Of course they do. Now, do they come with side effects? Absolutely. And so perhaps it's right for you, perhaps it's not. That is a decision you're going to have to make. But what I'm telling you is you shouldn't have to add in T3, T4, clenbuterol, Adderall, all kinds of drugs in order to boost your metabolism when all you have to do is cardio to burn calories and not overeat like an asshole. Asshole.
Asshole.
Coach ourselves, bro. Let's do it. We hold each other accountable. We're each other coaches, bro.
And so I do think that the Tren twins could coach each other, but not yet. In the future, when they've demonstrated that they can get conditioned, that they can get shredded, they can do this on their own. But as of yet, I haven't seen them mind-blowing shredded. To get a pro card and an IFBB, probably have to get to 5% body fat or less. This is very difficult. For guys that have no idea how to lose weight, I mean, he's spitting his food after chewing it out, after eating 300 calories by 6 p.m., having cheats, binges on the weekend. This doesn't sound like somebody that's ready, that knows exactly what to do. And so I still think they need to have a coach, at least someone to keep them in check.
Bro, Grant is our coach. He's our fucking steroid dealer.
I mean, are they outing the coach as being the steroid dealer? Sometimes it's not ideal to have the steroid dealer as the coach. I'm not saying you can't do that, but also you might want an expert to read your blood work, just to have some assurance that you're not doing something too extreme. I mean, you never know when you might be diagnosed with thalassemia like Togi, or perhaps you might have chlamydia.
79!
This doesn't apply to the Tren twins, but if you're buying your steroids from a dealer and you're learning from them what cycle to do, there could be a conflict of interest, because the more that they prescribe you, the more money they make. And so if your coach is selling you the steroids that you're on, hey, take Test, take Tren, Anavar, Winstrol, all of this stuff, and they're selling it to you, they're making money on that as well. And so there is a possibility that they're over-prescribing things that you don't actually need. For example, maybe you don't need T3 or T4. Maybe you just need Coach Greg's freaking cookbook. You ever thought of that? And so please be careful. And everyone already knows all you need is the T-Plug Stack GO2 Max combined with Turk Builder Max. And for your appetite, GO2 Max. And you need about 100 of each of those. That's the minimum that you need for a diet. And I have no financial interest in selling you this, because it's not like I make millions of dollars selling these products. It's all a lie I do. Sorry. And so, obviously, purchase more of this than last time, and you're helping out Coach Greg. Remember, the girlfriend over there, I call her Chlamydia? She's burning through my wallet.
We don't need a coach. What is a coach going to tell you that you're not going to tell yourself?
Do we want to list out the things that a coach is going to do that you're not going to tell yourself? Number 1, you're not doing enough cardio. Number 2, stop cheating on your diet. You can't have a crumbled cookie. Number 3, you need to get a bed on time. You need more sleep. Number 4, no, you're not lean enough yet. Number 5, no, you can't take a day off of cardio. You need to do twice as much. Number 6, you don't need a cheat day. Number 7, you don't need a cheat meal. You need to listen to somebody who knows what they're looking for, like a Coach Greg. Coach Greg can be like, you're not lean enough yet. You need to get leaner. You need to get drier. You need to stop eating so much food. You need to suffer more. This is not lean enough. Yeah, I know you feel shredded, but now you need to diet for 3 more weeks. This is what you need. And you, as a personal coach coaching yourself, you're going to look in the mirror and say, hey, look, wow, I'm doing really good. I look great. Yep, you do, but not enough to win a friggin' pro card.
Is blasting steroids all that we got, bro? Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
I think that's the only way, bro.
That's the only happiness we get, is how big we are? I'm fucking sick of this shit, man.
Then do something else. If you're sick of only getting your happiness from being big from taking steroids, do something different. I was once you. I did the steroids. I did the get big thing. I got the pro card, broke the powerlifting records. I did all of it. And then I started to race bikes, started to read books, stop watching TV, and so on. You can get dopamine and happiness in other ways. Bodybuilding shouldn't be all-consuming, yet almost always it actually is. You develop body dysmorphia, you think you're not lean enough, not big enough, and the drug cycles, they keep going up. When does it end? When will you ever be happy? My opinion, the bigger you get, the less happy you're going to be, because you're going to start comparing yourself to people who are even bigger. For example, let's look at yourselves. Natural athletes as teenagers, more muscle than most people, stronger than almost anyone, but it wasn't enough. You then start comparing yourself to people on social media, and so you take steroids. You get bigger, you get stronger, you start setting records in powerlifting, doing bodybuilding. Then you compete in bodybuilding, but there's others who are even bigger. And so you take more steroids, bigger cycles, you compete yet again. Oh, now what? It's a pro qualifier. I need to be even better. I need to win the pro qualifier. You then take more. You turn pro. Wow, amazing, you've done it! And now you're competing against Eric Janicki, and so you still need to get even bigger, even leaner. More cycles, more drugs. And now you've won your pro show. Absolutely, it's amazing. You qualify for the Olympia. You get to the Olympia, and you look at Samson Doda, and you're like, bro is 300 pounds. I'm still not going to do it. I need even more. No matter how far you go along in your career, there's always going to be someone better. And if there isn't someone better, somebody's going to be leaner. They're going to be bigger. They're going to have better shape. There's always going to be something. And even if you are the best of the best, will it last forever? Last I checked, no one's beating Father Time. And so eventually, some young buck, Tren triplet, is going to come along. And they're going to be even more impressive than the Tren twins. They eventually beat you. You're now pushing 40, pushing 50. Somebody even bigger and better comes along. And if you get all your self-worth from how big you are and how lean you are blasting steroids, eventually you get a heart attack and you die. Sorry. And so my advice, find something else that gives you joy right now. I don't care if it's swimming laps or playing in the field, doing dog walks. What would you like to do? Maybe masturbate. Something. You're allowed to masturbate. What's wrong with that? Be a masturbator. On the boat, lobstering. Lobsterfish. Try to get a blue lobster. One of these ones. Just try not to get chlamydia. Play with yourself. Play with your own blue lobster. Get blue lobsters, get some Jadaki's juice, some Hussein mode, and just have some joy. All by your lonesome. Read books. There's ways to get joy. You can start racing Coach Greg on Tax Neo bikes right now. You're in your 20s. Race on the bike. Have fun with that. Do something different.
I can't do YouTube if I'm not jacked as fuck. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I've been bigger than this.
So you see, he doesn't want to do YouTube. Buy YouTube. Buy YouTube. He's not jacked as Turk. He doesn't want to do YouTube. He's been bigger than this before. And so no matter how big you get, you're going to be bigger. If he had never done steroids ever, now hear me out, he wouldn't be this big right now. And so by not doing them, it gives him more chance to continue to slowly get bigger each and every year. Maybe it's 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 1 pound, whatever. But once you've done steroids and you stop, you're going to get smaller. And then it's not as fun to go to the gym. It's not as cool. You were benching 500 pounds. Now you're only doing 450. Maybe it's only 405. It sucks. And you can't wait for your next cycle. This happens to anyone. But yet your favorite superstars, for example, Chris Bumstead, starts steroids at 18. You're thinking, that's a great idea. I'm now going to start at 16. I need to get a head start. This is how it starts. And once you've bitten the bullet, joined the dark side, there's no going back.
You think I want to put this on display? I've been bigger and leaner than this. You think I want to record this video right now?
Body dysmorphia, Exhibit A.
You're getting better, bro. Now you're organ maxing, bro.
Orgasm maxing? Mepsigram thought it was an orgy. It's just two bros. Two bros before hoes.
You just gotta get a pump and then like you realize you were tweaking.
So apparently they were just tweaking. They aren't smaller yet. They haven't come off. The steroids haven't completely exited their system. It's going to slowly get out of their system over probably about 6 weeks. That's usually how long it took before I noticed a significant drop in like energy, size, fullness, sex drive, basically everything fun in life. And it sucks. And then you're thinking 6 more weeks till I go back on. Because I usually come off for about 12 weeks. Like the first 3 weeks off, you're like, oh, it's no big deal because it's still coursing through your veins, but then it's slowly getting out. It's just releasing. It slowly trickles out of your system, and each week you get worse. 6 weeks, and you're like, oh shit. And then 7, 8, 9, and you're like, oh my God, how am I really weaker again? Every week your bench press goes down 10 pounds. You're like, why is this happening? And then the last week, you're like, okay, 1 more week. And then you're like, yeah, 3 days from now is good. And you just start a bit early because it's like, it rounds off to 12 weeks. It really does. It's like, yeah, let's go. And then it's back on again. And the dose goes higher because once you've been on cycle, let's say 500 milligrams, the next time you do 500, it's only like half as good. The first cycle, you're like, I put on 15 pounds and let's call it 12 weeks. And you're like, well, if I do double the dose, I'm probably going to put on 30 pounds. Only it doesn't happen. You double the dose and you put on 8 pounds. You're like, well, what happened? Yeah, the dad cycle becomes the granddad cycle, and it becomes double that and then triple that. And trust me, I did 6 times that. And then it's just, it doesn't actually work.